Hi there. There's going to be an awkward sort of moment here. I'm just making sure that it's recording since I have not recorded 2 of my videos in the last few weeks. Okay, looks like it's going. Today I'm working on my Margarete Miller collage. This is week 29. Let's go over the prompts like we usually do. So a ticket stub from an event. I have this from a movie that my husband and I saw back in February at a, it wasn't at a movie theater, it's at a local venue that just happens to be showing, they show a free movie every month, and we went to see the February movie. Embossed paper, so I don't really have embossed paper. I do finally have some embossing powder, but I don't have a heating tool yet, so I can't make my own emboss paper at the moment, and I don't have an embosser. I just have, but this is bumpy like it's embossed, so I'm using that. As you can see, I've already pre-prepped part of my background because I was sewing on it. And yes, I know this is kind of crooked, but this part is actually not going to be showing. An animal with scales. We have a fish that I have fussy cut out, and you can even see his scales. A fruit. I've also fussy cut out this lemon. A foreign language. So we have this. I believe it's Italian. Yeah, I think so. I think it's Italian. It's out of a book about Vincent van Gogh? No. Michelangelo? Maybe Michelangelo. And then, so it's in Italian. Most of this is going to be covered up anyway. And then it says an illustration. I have a couple of, in my, I took a couple of illustrations out of Collage Soup books, and we have some bottled up herbs. Oops. Let's see if you can see them there. I hope you can see them. Hope they came in. And then I have this illustration of a bottle of wine. I have a very Italian, maybe Portuguese theme going on here. All right, so get all this stuff together or off of here. How's everybody doing today? Sorry, I was just awkwardly making sure that it was still recording. I've had 2 videos that I've started over the last few weeks. One with a remote, and then one manually. And then I realized they weren't recording in the middle, even though they showed that they were recording in the beginning. It was just very odd. I was thinking of putting that there. This goes here. I also have this tag that I stamped. I don't know if you can see. It's in, I tore the tag and then I stamped something on there. It's in antique linen. So, sorry. Just trying to set this up how I had it, or how I thinking I was going to do it. To make sure that I'm setting everything normal. So kind of my theme today was a kind of like a meal you would make or have like in Italy, you know, a good local fish, a bottle of wine, lemons, herbs. And I had them all set up Yeah, I think that's going right. My tag there, okay. I just wanted to make sure everything was lined up correctly. This was just the first ticket I came across. Actually, if I look through probably the crap I collect on my trips I go on, I probably would have had something more, even though I haven't been to Italy. But this could be Spain, Spain too. Although I was sort of centering on Italy because this is written in Italian, so. But I was kind of going with the theme of, like dinner on a trip where you would have like maybe, a simply made fish dish. I don't know why this isn't working. Sorry. My glue is not wanting to come out, which is so weird because, like I said, when you put a pin in here, why would the glue not work? And then it's always good when you're really super blind today, apparently. So it seems like it should be coming out. Oh, there we go. Finally. I wish I could control this a little better. I feel like I use a lot of glue that I don't possibly need to use. All right, I don't mind things sticking off. Oops, I need to be down a little bit though. And then this one. Anyway, hope everybody's having a great weekend. It's actually pretty warm where I live today, but it's really overcast. It's not very pretty. I got out for a walk along down by the water this morning, and when I came home it was like really sunny and warm, but now it's overcast, but it's still warm. And by warm I mean, it's like 65 degrees here. We don't really get a lot of it doesn't get really hot here, except in October. Our beautiful, sunny, 70-something degree weather happens in October in our area. So, I don't know why I just put glue on his tail, because I'm going to be cutting that off. But yeah, my thought was, have a nice meal. When you travel, I don't know, do you tend to eat out nice places when you travel? We don't really eat out when we travel too much. We usually have at least one meal out, but because my husband has his dietary restrictions, because he's vegan, we have a tendency to eat. We rent, we stay at places that have kitchens where we can just make our own food, so we can be in control of all that. But normally, like when we went to Spain and France last year, we ate out a couple of times each place. Maybe not so much France. I mean, I did, but my husband was sometimes it seems like on longer trips he has moments where he gets worn out and sick. And we were gone for 3 weeks. And so, yeah, so this says, marry someone who can cook. Looks fade, hunger doesn't. I thought it would be fitting on a page like this. I guess I want it down there now that I've put it down. It seems more exciting up here, though. Maybe someone who can cook or who can put down things. I guess that's not too crooked. So yeah, I have a tendency, if I travel by myself, to eat out, obviously more. I only ate out when I went to Chicago a few years ago by myself, my first solo trip in a long time, after the pandemic was not as much of a pandemic, I guess. I don't know. I guess it depends on how you see things. I know there's people still getting sick with COVID, but the pandemic sort of side of it seems to have mellowed. So yeah. The prompts again were, look at my cute little tray. I went to IKEA the other day and they had this little tray, and that's what I've been putting what I've been using on each project into. So anyway, yeah, a ticket stub. This is from a movie I went to with my husband. Embossed paper is this raised polka dot paper. An animal with scales is a fish. I'm not even sure this is a fish that you would want to eat, but I liked the coloring went with what I was looking for. A fruit, there's lemon. There's a lemon hiding under there too. A foreign language. So under here, I told you it was going to be mostly covered, is Italian. And then bonus was an illustration. I mean, he's an illustration, but I think that's an illustration actually too. But I put some herbs and a bottle of wine for my illustration. And that is a completed, this one was, actually it's fine, I just put it around that. This one was pretty easy. The only part of it I was struggling with was a little bit, it was the illustrations, but then I kind of went with, like I said, a whole eating out an Italian trip sort of food experience. So I think you could have rosé with fish, right? If it's the right kind. Lemon, herbs. So, yeah. This one was an easy one. Next week's, I'm having a little more of a struggle on it. It's when you get those prompts that are like so specific. Like next week, there's one of the prompts is something you find in a car. But then there's supposed to be a musical instrument. So I don't really know what a musical instrument, how you would put that with a car, but you can, or tell a story. I guess it's just that I'm always like, I gotta tell a story. And really, I don't need to tell a story, I guess. So it's just a collage. All right. So that is my finished Margarete Miller for this week. I had fun with this one. I even put some sewing on. So I didn't like the way this was, it looked on the page, and so I decided to sew it so it would have a little something there. When it was just on the page, I was not a fan of the lines. I don't know if that makes any sense. So, now I'm happy. All right, take care. Thanks very much. Thanks for watching. I wanted to say, I got a number of new subscribers in the last week or two, and I wanted to say thank you so much for joining my channel and for watching my stuff. And I appreciate every single like, subscription, comment that you guys make. It really means a lot to me. So take care, everybody. Have a great Sunday.